As in previous years, we're just very pleased to have such a nice cross-section of the community here with representatives from all the divisions, colleges, and many of the auxiliaries, so we certainly appreciate your participation. We're also pleased to be joined today by our vendors who support the event, and I just want to give them just a very quick shout out. We have Apple, Box, Dell, Lynda.com, Microsoft, SHI, Zoom, and Connection. So if you haven't already done so, please try and stop by at lunchtime to see them, but let's give them a round of applause as well. And last but certainly not least, it always takes a group of enthusiastic and motivated staff to help pull all this together. And I just want to thank those who helped get all of the logistics and everything going. I apologize in advance. It's going to sound a little bit like the Academy Award thank you, but I want to make sure I include everybody. Special recognition to Marla Joseph, Cecilia Chavez, Bori Hong, Topi Rodriguez, Celine Valenzuela, Greg Duhan, Ryan Conlogue, Dominic Little, Tina Reed, Heather Ferreira, and our wonderful students, Julia Redondo, Kristen Jones, and Dana Rosenthal. Thank you so much. So just to give a brief overview of our program, I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker, Dr. Robbie Melton, and I will do that in just a second. Just so you know the logistics for the day, after her presentation, lunch will be served right outside. You can get in and bring it back in. And during lunch, we will do our raffle. And we're also very pleased to have a presentation from a group of our students who were winners at the VAR Jam this year, which was a student competition that challenged our students to create applications using either virtual or augmented reality. So we're very pleased that they will join us at lunchtime as well. So that's what we have planned for the next couple of hours, so I hope you'll find it engaging and educational. So now to our keynote speaker. I'm very pleased to introduce you to Dr. Robbie Melton. Dr. Melton is the Associate Vice Chancellor of Mobilization and Emerging Technology for the Tennessee Board of Regents. She also serves as a tenured professor at Tennessee State University, and she teaches each semester. And the reason I mention that is because she made the point to me that she practices what she preaches, the tools and the technologies that she talks about, she leverages in the classroom with her students, so I think that's a good combination we'll look forward to. Dr. Melton oversees the systems initiatives for the strategic use of mobility related to teaching, learning, training, workforce development, research, and product testing. She has published and presented all around the country on the impact and value of mobilization for education, and she has acquired a new distinction as an appologist due to her study of the pedagogy and best teaching practices using mobilization. She created the Mobile App Education and Workforce Resource Center, and you can find it at appopedia.org. It's a really wonderful resource. Over 50,000 apps there covering over 95 topics, and it ranges from pre-K to doctoral level apps. She has a lot of awards and recognitions, and I'll just mention just a few. The latest being the 2016 Online Learning Consortium Fellow, the Richard Johnson Educational Technologies Top Honor. She was the 2015 Merlot Leadership Visionary Award winner. She's an Apple Distinguished Educator, and she was a featured speaker at the United Nations UNESCO Mobile Learning Symposium. It's my distinct honor to welcome Dr. Robbie Melton.
Thank you, Ben. Life is good. Hello, everyone. My name is Robbie, and I need to do some housekeeping things. Okay, first of all, check me out. I'm tech down. All right, seriously, I'm tech down. From jewelry, clothes, and underclothes. Okay? Work with me here. All right, number 2, everything that I share with you, I have that I can get through TSA without going to prison. And you need to know I can't make this stuff up. Just can't do it. Number 3 or 4, I'm old. Okay, work with me here. I'm probably the oldest one here. I'm 65, life is good. Okay? So when I see this technology, I'm amazed. You'll see me going, oh my gosh. And then some of you would just go, You have to understand, social media in my time was a party line. Where are my old people? Okay? You know what I'm talking about. The whole neighborhood shared a phone. Come on now. And you knew if you wanted to hear what was going on, you pick up that phone and you didn't breathe for 5 minutes. So they would know. Somebody in here is just as old as Robbie, okay? Work with me. You're going to love this presentation. Also, you need to know the purpose of Robbie being here. See, I have amazing technology tools, and I don't have educators shaping it. The majority of things you're going to see, entertainment, business, whatever, where are we as educators where we have all these amazing tools, but we're not at the table? So, I'm here to share with you what we have. We test out. I have testers all over the world. We look at you all for the discipline content to say, can a robotic cat make you sneeze? So for this presentation, you got to lighten up. You got to sit back. And I will note if you are getting it by your eyes going, oh my goodness. All right, last but not least, for housekeeping area. Some things I just don't know. And when you ask me, I'm going, I don't know. They just sent me that. You know? Help me to understand about a smart dating bra. Do I look like I'm on a date? I don't know. But I know that this technology here, and someone right now is going, so what is a smart dating bra? Well, I don't know you well enough to present some things, but I will share with you the smart dating bra. And you're going to say, oh no, Robbie, I'm going to go say, oh yes. Smart dating bra is a bra that operates off of your stress level, your sweat, and your pheromones. And it has nanotechnology built into the bra. So that when you're on a date and you're happy and look at me. I'm married, by the way, so work with me. And you're happy and all of that, the bra will just pop open. I can't make this stuff up. I'm serious. Look at me. Can you imagine me at home practicing my pop-out bra? My point is this. If they could make a pop-out bra, shouldn't they help Johnny to read? Shouldn't we be able to do other things with this technology? So when I present something, I'm going to say, what's the possibilities? And you're going to go, I don't know. And I'm going to say, let's work together, because if the tech is there, we need to be there also. So is that fair enough? Also, I need a timekeeper. Yes, I have all of these things on, but I can't take time. Okay, who's going to be my timekeeper? Oh, okay, then you need to see me, because I have some tech for you. See, that's what you all get for just sitting there. So if you look alive, life is good. Now I want to introduce my special guest. I have two. Arson and his son, Edward. Go ahead and say it. Special guest. Look at me. Learning takes place anytime, any place with everyone. Arson is the car driver who picked me up this morning from the hotel. And he saw them big bags. And he said, what? And we started to talk. Next thing I know, he said, oh my gosh, my son, Edward, right here is graduating. And he was talking to me about music and technology and about coming to your university. And I said, go and get him. And as a good dad, he said, he didn't ask, he said, let's go. And he walked in and said, oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, please clap for my special guest. So basically, I'm done with the workshop. I met my goal. I recruited for you all. Look, I'm done. So everything else is just added information. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play a PowerPoint, and guess what? It might work, then again it might not. Who knows? I'm going to present some things, and guess what? It works, and then again, it might not work. I have emerging technology up here, and I'm going to start to rock and roll. Understand, my purpose is for teaching and learning, and I have data coming to you. Where's my data colleague that I met? Where is he? Watch me, okay? Because he's going to have so much data, he won't even know what to do. So let's start off with the PowerPoint. And everything I do is a teachable moment. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm using up here your brand new Apple. And I know I have my Apple, my Dell, Microsoft, all of them right here. Wonderful tools. But I need for you to take out a tool. Take out your cell phones right now. Come on, you know, let's get it. And hold them up high. Let's do it. High, high, high. Even up, yep, you got them? Even if you got a bag phone, it's okay. Just get it on up. I'm just checking. Okay, you can put them down, but keep them in front of you. This is the day and age where we learn that these are no longer phones, they're teaching tools. Anybody still flipping? You got that flip phone? And swearing you will never give it up, never. You need to give, Stop flipping. You're going to see what you can do to those phones. And when you leave here, you'll say, I don't have a phone. I have an amazing teaching tool. So with that, we're going to try and rock and roll with this. And again, I hope it does not work. I want you all to see, as a professor, how I can teach without all of this. Because I am a teacher. I should be able to share with you, with or without these tools, the concept. So, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, upon you just starting to wonder, what are we doing here? You can download this app. It's on Apple and the Android store, because you will bring me alive. So in other words, I know that if I don't engage you in 20 minutes, you're going to go and start working those little tablets anyway. So let's make it beneficial. Download this app and you'll be happy at the end. So again, my presentation is the Internet of Things, and I would like to share with you my timeline of education. Again, I'm 65 years of age. I want you to watch every character and item, including the big butt TV and even the dog. Real food, real food. Antenna ears, and keep watching them.
Hello.
Keep watching. Watch that dog. Ladies and gentlemen, here's one of your first robotic AI, artificial intelligent cats. I don't like cats. This cat is censored, and she knows my voice. And you see, look at this technology. We have moved from the robots that we know of And by the way, this is hot off the press. It's not in market because this is another artificially intelligent robot. But here you have a robotic cat. And as I keep touching her with the real cat fur, you'll hear her purring, and she'll roll over, blink, and will start to meow. What do you all think? Education-wise, they use this now in nursing home. Why? Because just, anyone who loves cats, by the way, here, get the cat. Here, okay? And when she starts purring too much, right here, it's a cut-off button. But have fun, okay? All right? We found that it was very successful for senior citizens. So, again,
owning a pet can be an enriching experience, not only because you get to play fetch with Fido or chase the string with Mittens, but because pets are good for your health. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, pets can decrease your blood pressure and cholesterol levels and encourage you to get more exercise, which is why pets are particularly beneficial to the health of older adults. The problem is, many senior citizens are unable to care for a pet, and some, especially the 1.4 million living in nursing homes, may be barred from owning a pet. Now, Hasbro is tackling this problem paws first with its Joy for All companion.
Y'all should be going, wow. Look at there. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember the big butt TV on that video? We now have wallpaper TV. Now look at you all. One more time. We got wallpaper TV. You don't have to climb up on your house on the roof and hope that a storm isn't coming. So let me share with you the change with our students. My grandson, 10 years old, DeMar, said to me, "Grandma, where are all of the gray people?" Look at me. I said, "Honey, what are you talking about?" "The gray people, where are they?" I said, "Honey, are you talking about black people?" "No, Grandma." "Are you talking about white people?" "No, Grandma." I said, "Gray people?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Share with Grandma where you see these gray people." And he said, "On TV, when you're watching The Rifleman." Okay, some of you didn't get it. My grandson doesn't know about black and white TV. When he look at black and white TV, he see gray. Some of you are old. We didn't see gray. In our minds, we saw colors. And now he's looking for gray people. Because where are these people? Some of you got to ponder on that. Wow. That blew me away. So with all of this technology, you will have students coming to you not knowing black and white TV. So everyone, what color is a yield sign? Yell it out, come on. Oh, come on, one more time. Yellow. One more time up front. What color? Yellow. Now you're going to know why I have my job. Why? Because we hold on to some knowledge that we need to let go. What color is a yield sign? Ladies and gentlemen, it is not yellow, it is red and white. It has not been yellow in 45 years. Look at everybody. This is what happens with teaching and learning. You go, "I don't believe it." And you pull out that almighty phone or tablet. And you pull it out and you start to Google. Yes. And then you'll say, "Wait a minute, she's from Tennessee. It might be," see, I heard that cat. You could. Ladies and gentlemen, as educators, things have changed on us. The yield sign is red and white. Some of you even Googling will not believe Googles. And when you leave here and you're driving, you're going to look for a yield sign. And with social media today, if it's not red and white, oh, you're gonna go and blog me to death. You see how things have changed? So I probably saved some lives today. And some of you are going, "I still don't believe it." Google it. Trust me, it is red and white. So with that to say, I can't take credit for this. This is by my friend Brain. Ladies and gentlemen, look at these statistics. 25 of the jobs that you know right now will be gone over in 3 years. We have to retool because we got new jobs coming up. Let me share with you who we hired. We hired a gamer. Where's my young people? Tennessee Board of Regents. We hired a gamer full-time, and he games for us. Number one, he doesn't even live in Nashville. So you don't have to live where your job is. Number two, he games. And I just say put in your 40 hours, I don't care how you do it. Because if you are a true gamer, you online 2 o'clock in the morning, gaming with who? I don't know. Look at me. I don't like the game. I don't like that Temple Run where that bear is after you. I don't want anything chasing me. But the skills that those gamers have are the skills that they need right now at Lockheed Martin and the military, and for future jobs. So all that to say, we know that we have to retool. We know we're creating jobs, and we got to learn to lead with all of this technology. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hear that cat. You can, the bottom, just rip him open and cut him off. And again, I'm going to just run through.
Local news of the week. At midnight Saturday, the telephones in this city will be changed to dial service, and all telephone numbers will be changed. Late this week, new directories will be delivered. Here are a few important suggestions for the use of your dial telephone. Before calling any number, first secure the number from your new directory. Then remove the receiver and listen for the dial tone. It sounds like this. That tone indicates everything is ready for your call. With the receiver off the hook, dial the desired number. For example, suppose you want to dial 23650. Dial each numeral in this manner, pulling the dial around to the finger stop each time. Be sure to allow the dial to freely return to its normal position. And this is the ringing signal. If the line is busy, you'll hear this busy signal. Until Saturday midnight.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a training video because people were upset that they were transitioning from a telephone operator to where you yourself had to use the phone. That was a video to train people. So many of you laugh because you don't hear those sounds anymore. You have smartphones. So with that, I would like to just share with you what your phone can do. This is the evolution of the old to the new. Remember the fax machine? Mimeograph with the great smelling purple ink. Look at what has happened. All of it's going right there to a mobile device. Remember getting a newspaper in the morning? And there you go. Look at all of your digital content. And we're sitting here like, wow. No, this is amazing. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me just share with you, technology is a given. It's not a debate anymore. I'm old enough to share with you, I was responsible for the Regents Online Degree Program for the state of Tennessee, where 47 campuses would work together to put programs online. I want you to know I was called in by the Faculty Senate 4 times. I had 2 of our universities to say, we don't want the internet in our buildings. Look at me. I have war wounds, okay? But again, just like what color is a yield sign, you have to give people time. And now we have the internet of everything where things are connected, data-driven decision. that can increase enrollment, enhance teaching, engage students, real-time remediation, program modification, and again, on and on. So with that, I want to take you to the Internet of Things in a different perspective. And this is a guy who is ordering a pizza.
Pizza Palace, guaranteed hot in 30 minutes or it's free. This is Mary. May I take your order?
Hi, Mary. Yes, I'd like to order.
Is this Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Thank you for calling again, sir. I show your national identification number is 610-204-999-8-45-54610. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. I see you live at 736 Montrose Court, but you're calling from your cell phone. Are you at home?
I'm just leaving work, but I'm...
Oh, we can deliver to Bob's Auto Supply. That's at 175 Lincoln Avenue, yes?
No, I'm on my way home. How do you know all this stuff?
We just got wired into the system, sir.
Oh, well, I'd like to order a couple of your double meat special pizzas.
Sure thing. There'll be a new $20 charge for those, sir.
What do you mean?
Sir, the system shows me that your medical records indicate that you have high blood pressure and extremely high cholesterol. Luckily, we have a new agreement with your national health care provider that allows us to sell you double meat pies as long as you agree to waive all future claims of liability.
What?
Do you agree, sir? You can sign the form when we deliver, but there is a charge for processing. The total is $67.
$67?
That includes the delivery surcharge of $15 to cover the added risk to our driver of traveling through an orange zone.
I live in an orange zone?
Now you do. Looks like there was another robbery on Montrose yesterday. You could save $48 if you ordered our special Sprout Submarine Combo and picked it up yourself. Comes with tofu sticks. Those are very tasty, sir. Good value, too.
But I want double meat.
Well, I'm sure you can afford the $67 then. You just bought those tickets to Hawaii. They weren't cheap, eh? But I see you checked out the budget beach bum at the library last week. Up to you, sir.
Right. I'll get the Sprout subs.
Good choice, sir. Gotta watch that waist if you're hitting the beach, eh? 42 inches. Wow. Man, I think someone Sprouts is like...
Yes, everyone, we are all connected. And again, I just want to highlight to you how connected we are. And you're just going to watch just a little tidbit of this.
Connected to the internet, and they're talking to each other behind your back. Welcome to Watch Mojo's Top 5 Facts. In this installment, we're taking a look at the Internet of Things and how it's becoming a major part of our lives in ways you probably didn't know. Live in the now! Number 5, the Internet of Things is already in effect. The Internet of Things is an emerging technology where machines are embedded with sensors that allow them to relay data to each other with little to no human involvement. Basically, it means all sorts of everyday items are connected to the internet.
So with that, I'm going to demonstrate the other 4. Again, today's question, with all of these connectivities and data, where's the data going? One more time. I'm connected. Where's the data going? Somewhere. But in terms of remediation and enhancing teaching and learning, we got to get on this. So ladies and gentlemen, you see that beautiful necklace? That's a motherboard. I'm coming from a gateway computer. It looked like a cow. It came into a black and white box. It was this huge. And now here I'm wearing a full motherboard that I can hook up and Bluetooth to a monitor and a keyboard, and I have a computer. And you're not amazed? I'm wearing earrings that are full motherboard where I can actually Bluetooth and create a whole array of programs and computers. And you're not amazed? My watches, my rings, my shoes. So with that, I am taking you down the lane of what's happening in technology. We now have real time. So, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for this information. This is Microsoft coming in. It says 2019. I am sorry, a mistake, because what you see here is actually happening. You have 2 students, one in India, one in America. They are communicating real time. And there is a language problem, if you want to say problem, but not anymore. Real time translation. real-time learning. And as educators, we should go, oh my goodness. As you are looking at this, I'm walking over here to share with you Samsung new iconic earbuds. Yes, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. You would think that these are just your regular earbuds that you listen to music. No, these are health monitors, so that when you are out jogging and your blood pressure goes way up, this device will talk to you, not a little bell or whatever. It will let you know you're getting ready to have a heart attack. And if you don't listen and your heart goes up, you can program this to contact EMS 911 immediately. One more time. In my ear, I'm able to monitor my blood pressure, my heart rate, and to let me know if I'm going to live. And so again, look at all of the ways to communicate real time globally. On behalf of Verizon and AT&T, we were able to test out a lot of this technology. I say to you, faculty members, you must become engaged and involved in testing this out. Some things I have up here are junk, and some things I go, oh my goodness. So with that, like I said, an instant translator. Wow, real time. Look at me, unbelievable. Sign language. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an app that we're working to improve, where as I'm speaking now, the app is signing automatically, real time. You all should go, oh my goodness. And guess how it happened? I'm a special ed teacher by love. An app came out called Sign for Me back in 2010. If you type, it would sign. In 2012, Toronto, Canada, Apple updated their device and added a little microphone on the keyboard. Look at me. And I said to myself, wow, I wonder if I press this and started to speak without typing, will this app sign for me? Ladies and gentlemen, it did. And I called everybody I knew, 2 o'clock in the morning, saying, get up. There's a miracle that's happening. Now, educators, we know things are not 100%. Look at me. When you test out or see new emerging technology, walk in with the attitude of possibilities, because we already know the challenges and the problems. As educators, we must realize that if we don't shape it, I'm going to have some things up here that you're going to laugh at, or like my popping dating bra. And time out. It's not that I don't love you all. That's why it's not popping. It's just because I know how to turn things off. So with that, let me just share with you what's happening with our student. This is what you see all the time. And I want you all to understand that this is our new society. Everywhere you go. Remember this scene right here.
Really?
It's time for a phone to save us from our phones. New Windows Phone, designed to get you in and out and back to life.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents, we invest in every phone. We have that one, and here it is right here. Here's your window. Here's your Samsung. Here's your BlackBerry. There's someone in here. You can bring it out now. You got your BlackBerry, and we got your Pixel. We got all of your iPhones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, SE and W and all of those good things. Yes, I even got the little pod. I got the little ones. I got the big ones. And yes, we have it all. Why? Because those phones are so powerful. If you look at your phone, they use them in other countries to launch missiles. Okay, one more time. Your old phones, where did they go? They went across the water, and they used them to launch missiles while we play Candy Crush. So with that, we had to take a new attitude of how we are using these phones, because anyone remember the man who landed on the moon? Okay, work with me. All right, remember we shot a rocket up, and who walked on the moon? Look at your phone. You have more technology in your phone versus the rocket that they sent there. And that didn't thrill you? You should be going, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, this is our life. And parents come to me all the time and say, well, what do I do? They always have those phones. And I say to them, just like with radio, just like with TV and other tools, as a parent, you just say, turn it off. See, good teaching, parenting skills are still there. So I just let people know it's up to us to manage. So let me introduce to you. They're in love with each other, but they're on the phone. Look at me. You want to go, why won't they turn around? See, in my age, you had to call my dad. We go out on a date. Now we have new technology. Some of you, when you want to, get engaged, you go for an engagement ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I have for you the new type of ring. Look at, okay, one more time. The new type of ring. You charge your ring up, and what happens is you have your love beating rings. Okay, you and whoever you're in love with have your ring, and what you do, you take the ring and put it by your heart and pick up your heartbeat, and then it will tingle your other person's ring, and that person can then take the ring and listen to your heartbeat. See, some of you, look, work with me. I can't make this stuff up. Okay, that didn't thrill you all. So with that, as you see, technology love rings and the kisser. Look at this technology. So you want to kiss? You can do that too. You take your phone, you put it in the kisser, your loved one has a kisser, so when you kiss it, it will tingle the other person's phone, and you take out, excuse me, and put the kisser, and you can kiss each other. That didn't thrill you all. You want to talk about technology? Then, look at my nail polish. Any questions? Here it is. I got smart nails. My nail polish will change, but this one comes with a sensor. Okay, I got smart nails. Work with me here. So what about teaching and learning? Why am I presenting all of this to you? Because we can take this technology and make it meaningful. Ladies and gentlemen.
Choose our nail polish. I'm talking about women here. Color is usually the most important factor. Is it going to match what I'm wearing? But now a group of young inventors say their nail polish could keep you from becoming a victim of date rape.
Sounds crazy, but they say it is able to detect if your drink is spiked by simply dipping your finger in the drink. Fox 10's Mark Martinez live tonight. With how this works, Mark.
Yeah, John Kerry, this nail polish.
Again, nail polish that will detect drugs.
They're getting a lot of attention. They're also getting a lot of money to get this product on store shelves. They say it's a simple and discreet way for women to find out if their drink has been spiked with a date rape drug.
Well, when we choose
Ladies and gentlemen,
talking about women.
You all should be going, oh my goodness. In order for those students to do that, they must have us. They must have chemistry. They must, are you all working with me here? A date rape nail polish? Not only with that, this is our life right now. You see this. Just turn around and look outside. Everyone has a smartphone. And help me with this. What's with this selfie? I don't get it. Where's my business people? I don't get this. But when I found out that they made over $1 billion, $1 billion. And I know some of you are saying, I could have done that. I could have, well, you didn't. They did, okay? And watch how we use our selfies.
Selfie time.
They're the ball game.
Chase Field, D-backs trail the Rockies 1-0. And while they're, maybe they'll tweet us their fan photo, BB. Now,
they're the ball game.
Get on the Twitter with a hashtag of the whole thing, AZ-Strong-Fan. Then you might see your fan photo at a Diamondback TV broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. I mean, look at the one on the right.
Do you have to make faces when you take selfies?
Wait,
so help me with this one. Ladies and gentlemen, how about... I don't know. Didn't I share with you in the beginning? There's something I just don't know. I don't know why. But here's our life.
We could share in the serenity and joy of this community. We come together to celebrate the commitment.
Would you mind moving your enormous phone? You mean the enormously awesome Galaxy?
By the way, a new phone comes out every 6 months.
I see. Copy box.
Autocorrect. This.
I'm using this, ladies and gentlemen, because as faculty, we've had faculty training on technology since they invented electricity. Well, everyone out there has some type of technical device, and they didn't have training. Who trained you on your phone? You just went, yeah, I like that one, okay. Again, if we're going to use these as effective teaching and learning tools, we have to make it so easy. Ladies and gentlemen, what's wrong with this photo? What's wrong with that photo? The baby has a BlackBerry, come on. So we had to go and update the baby in the womb to say, yeah, you got to give that BlackBerry up and get you a smartphone. Again, our kids are coming to us, so let me rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, when you had a baby in my days, you had a pacifier. You know, baby sucked on pacifier, work with me. Now you have Smart Pacifier. What's a Smart Pacifier for $100? Well, when the baby sucks on this pacifier, it will give data out to whether that child is healthy, teething, has a cold, and I'm going, oh my gosh, a pacifier? Huh. You remember the yellow duck? Okay, remember the rubber ducky? Nah, gone, changed. We now have Edwin, the new smart duck. What will Edwin do? When you put Edwin in the water, it will turn different colors to let you know if the water is safe. I know what you're thinking. Well, just put your hand down there. And Ducky will sing to you and keep monitoring your language as you grow. And for $99, you can also program. So yes, we have Smart Pacifier, we have Smart Duck, but we have a Smart Diaper. All right, everybody, look at me. All right, I'm old. We had Smart Fingers. So what you did, okay, work with me. So when the baby in diaper, you put these two fingers in that diaper, wham, and you pull out and you hope for the best. Or you would take the baby and you would snip. We had Smart Nose, okay? Now we got Smart Diaper. What will Smart Diaper do? If the baby wets or has a bowel movement, it will call your phone and let you know. Look at me. Go ahead and say, what? Now, take it back to education. Take it in the medical field. Take it in the hospitals. Take it in the nursing home. We did not make a major change in improvement if we had that technology, so when people who are sick in a hospital, nursing home needed to be changed, it will call that caregiver. Would that make an immediate impact? You all should be going to my, yeah, Robbie, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's all of these tools up here. That's how we had to think. And guess what? We tried it. And it made immediate improvement. We don't have enough care workers to go around. But if that phone rang and said, bed number 2 needs to be changed, then we are improving health. So with that, we keep track of all technology. Anyone invested in a Betamax? Raise your hand. I did. We lost. Yeah. We probably look. Well, we thought that was the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we have research for you. We track all technology. And when new technology comes in, we have to look. Where's my IT people? IT. What about privacy, networking, safety, security? What about programmable Barbie? Yeah, Barbie has also changed. You can program her. And I programmed her to eat chicken. You didn't catch that joke. Okay, if you understood Barbie and all that we went through in terms of images, well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of safety and security, all of these things can be hacked. Faculty member, that's why your IT department is on all of us, because we're bringing in things that could bring down the whole system. And we have these Wi-Fi smart
Parents
toys.
and child advocates are concerned about a new artificially intelligent type of Barbie doll that's planning on being released soon called Hello Barbie, because it records your child's conversations that it has with the doll and actually uploads those conversations to a cloud server for analysis so that the doll can have seemingly lifelike interactions with the child. Of course, the same terms of service apply to Hello Barbie as to the Samsung smart televisions, which we just made the news a couple months ago about having their terms of service reveal that your personal private conversations that you have in what was the privacy of your own living room or bedroom are uploaded to a third party to their server or who knows where, unsecurely, by the way. That was like the follow-up.
Unsecured data going in, your child, and someone able to hack back.
Yes, your good old safe, smart television from Samsung. So
again, we have issues that we must address. Look at your gaming. $16 billion, Candy Crush. And how do we use games and all of these tablets and mobile devices? Only 30% in the educational world. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 Candy Crush. Why Candy Crush? How is it that a preschool game can bring our whole country down and everybody's playing Candy Crush to the point where they even have a website if you get stuck on a level? So we put some faculty members on Candy Crush, and they were actually going to YouTube to find out how to get off their level. Why can't we have that for education? I want my students so geared and just excited that they would want to have Candy Crush all the time, and this is what you're here for. Ladies and gentlemen, look at these numbers. In other words, in a classroom and in an in-service, in 20 minutes, if you don't engage your students, 86 of them will start to text on, and this is my research, and it's documented here. Here, we try to take different situations of brain waves. And here's a lab right here. You see there's brain activity when your students are actually in a lab doing something. Here, right here, homework. Even with homework, you have brain activity. And even when you sleep, you have brain activity. Look at lectures. Flatline. You all should say, oh my goodness. So if we know this, then we need help with all of these, not just technology, in terms of active learning. So with that, this is our classroom of the day. Everyone's on their own device. So if you would please, read this. As if we don't know what you're doing under that table. So we say yes to mobile devices, so due to time, let me speed date you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of emerging technology, we now have a pen that spots mistakes as you write. You should be going, huh? And I also have some new electronic pens up here. And again, the new Samsung Gallery S8. Here it is, right here.
Finally here. But that large
Ask me about the 7. Here's, but this is what you need to know. You see this right here?
A thick hockey puck. It has an array.
This is the innovation right here, because you're able to connect your phone to a dongle, to a monitor, and you have a full computer. Those phones right there in front of you, full computer that you can interact with. I have other data in terms of knowledge doubling. And I'm going to go right to the one with the knowledge doubling curve. Today with nanotechnology, check this out, every 2 years in clinical knowledge, every 18 months. That's how fast things are changing. And in the coming, on the average, human knowledge is doubling every 13 months, and according to IBM, the internet of all of these things will lead to the doubling of knowledge every 12 hours. You should be going, oh my goodness. So if you're using your yellow notes, I got to help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you look at your phone. My mom is still collecting S&H green stamps. Why? Her goal is to get us a set of World Book encyclopedias. Ladies and gentlemen, look on your phone. Turn it on. Do you have an app on your phone, World Book Encyclopedia, that will give you all of the encyclopedia? No? No? Do you have any educational apps on those phones? Here's the average that you need to know. Of all educators sitting in the room, you know the average educational app is less than 5. And when you can... Your dollars ahead with S&H Green Stamp. Yes, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm from the era of a bookmobile. It had 100 books, and it was on a truck. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have apps, and look at this one, free. Goes on all devices and computers. 2.53 million books. Okay, well, let me say that one more time, because I didn't even see anybody trying to download. 2.53 million books. We're educators. We should be going, hallelujah. 2.53 million books. And then when you look at educators' phone, less than 5 apps regarding education. Moving on, I'm going to share a little bit, but Cold Fusion, yes.
You are watching Cold Fusion.
You're only going to watch one of these?
Looking at the big picture of technology, smartphones are so new and have grown so fast that much of the general public hasn't really taken note of what's going on around them. These are the top 5 mind-blowing facts about your smartphone. Let's dive in.
Number 5.
NASA used them as cheap satellites. The smartphone
Okay, did you all get
industry has
that?
pushed the boundaries of low-cost, high-performance solutions so far that the average smartphone has more computing power and memory than the average satellite.
Okay, you all need to ponder on that. And with that, let me show you what phones can do.
When I grow up, I'll be the hero of my story.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you see on this video, I actually have. This is a wind tunnel Doppler radar. I put this on my phone. You're talking about a technology in my day, first of all, wasn't heard of. Then it was like $50,000. And now I can put it on my phone, and we're not amazed? Okay. I'm going to have to speed date you all. Because someone is finally going to go, oh my. Ladies and gentlemen, watches. I got them all. Look. Okay? Anyone remember Dick Tracy? Look, I got Blue. I got Apple Watch. I got Samsung Watch. I got Berg Watch. I even have a yellow one. I even have a browser-based watch. That didn't thrill you all. Okay? All right, I got Bling Bling. Disney. Okay? Well, watch the reaction I get. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your watch. Here's my Apple Watch. And again, I'm an ADE. We use these watches for teaching and learning. But someone sent me a watch for $20. It's a smart watch. Here it is. Same size as my Apple Watch. But it has a camera built into it. And it has a massager because they know teachers get stressed. It has over 20 apps. Technology changes. My Apple Watch cost me $800. I have a watch right here for $20 with a camera and other features. Go ahead. That didn't, no, not yet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have another watch up here. And with this watch, I have had for 5 years. It has a video camera built in and a microphone. And it has a little stylus. Look. Ding. 5 years. What does that say? As an institution, as a system, we're out there knowing what technology is coming. So in due time, I want to share with you what's up and coming. Yes, you have seen this. Here's your touch skin technology. Yep. You're going to see the lady in a bathtub. And we call it the infrared. Because basically you have a projection, and if you can look at my arm here and tap on my arm, it will communicate with some of my devices. Check this out. I didn't hear no, oh my goodness. Look at this phone. And not only that, here's a concept phone. You ever wondered why I can't see your phone and you wish it was larger? Check this baby out. This is a concept phone. This is not by Apple, but they use an Apple phone to pull out and design a display. Look at there. On behalf of all of those creating students, faculty, yes, all of this emerging technology is coming up, and yes, I have the first holographic smartphone. In other words, here is a smartphone right here that you lay this way, things come out, and you can interact with it. Okay, here it is, right here.
Cutting-edge innovation and technology
And
shouldn't
again,
be cold and unreachable.
knowing
It should
that
be
all
fun
of this is
and part of
coming
daily
out,
life. This is eStar's world-first holographic smartphone.
So, you roll top. Here, you have a computer, a monitor, a phone, and you just roll that baby up, turns into whatever. And you have PC on the stick. Wow, what's PC on the stick? Well, it's a computer. You plug it into your monitor or your TV and whoo, it turns it into Windows 10. Look at me. We test these things out. I wouldn't run out and buy PC on the stick for $149. It has some limitations. And again, my motherboard, a Raspberry Pi, but where's my IT people? IT. Phone, server. Okay, I didn't get it. IT. Phone, server, the same size as my phone. A server. Phone, server, printer. Phone, server, printer, projector. Phone, server, printer, projector, and speakers. Phone, server, printer, projector, and a professional microphone. Well, I don't need you all because I have Alexa. Alexa, what time is it? Alexa. Oh, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 2:23 p.m.
Alexa, what is 459,000 times 282 million?
459,000 multiplied by 282 is 129,438,000.
Much more about Alexa due to time. We're going to move this baby on. So you have Amazon Alexa coming through. You also have Mayo. Check this out, everyone. Here it is right here. It works off your muscles. You never have to touch your computer or your device. It's all in the muscles right here. Don't you know what this would do for disabilities? So again, we have that type of technology. And the next one is called iTribe. Never sit next to me on an airplane. I have all this on the airplane. And I happen to be on an airplane with a faculty member from Penn State. And I had this. And we started to talk. And he's a musician. And I said, you think you can test this out for me? Because see, I need testers. He said, okay. And here he is. Uh-oh, and there he went. Okay. And here he is.
Hi, my name is TK Lee. Robbie Melton lent me the iTribe, this little device. I'm going to play some music with this. After some practice, I finally got it to kind of under control. Here it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's using only his eye movement to operate the computer. One more time. He's using only his eye movement to operate the computer. For $99, instead of buying a duck, here's a device that made a full impact in our system.
Thank you, Robbie. Yep.
And with that, look at all of the medical devices coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, eye doctor.
Well, most of us couldn't imagine a trip to the doctor without seeing a stethoscope. Dr. David Bellow has a hard time.
All of your medical devices.
He recently saw a patient who experienced a scary fluttering sound.
Regular stethoscope.
And as he listened to them try to describe what happened, Bellow was frustrated.
Guess what?
He said,
Stethoscope for your smartphone.
Sound with you. They cool. So now we have a way to do it.
Thanks to this. It's called Heartbuds. Using this small device and app.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, many of you are wearing glasses. Many of you must go and have your eyes checked. Let me share with you, right up here is a new device being beta tested right now. So you put it on your phone. And that's how you will have your exams, using your phone. So we are also testing this out over in countries of Africa, Peak Vision. And when you see this slide, please know when I presented this 3 years ago, someone wrote me and said, "You're a fake. That will never happen." Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the FDA, you now can use your phone as an ultrasound tool for $7,654. You ready to go. So whether it's for a hearing aid, blood pressure, but right here. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this, where you can use your phone to screen for skin cancer. 85% accuracy as of 2 years ago. On behalf of those who's working on breast cancer, there's going to be an app where you take your device and it will screen for lumps using your phone. All that to say, finding veins, you do that with your phone. You just hold that phone over that arm and you'll be able to find those veins that are open, as well as update on emerging technology.
My lab makes ears. The invention that we've discovered is a way to print living cells in a material that can be used to reconstruct tissues in the body. My laboratory is interested in regenerating cartilage wherever it's found in the body. The process starts with a scan of an ear. We sit someone down in a chair, and we have a camera that spins around.
Here's the scanner, ladies and gentlemen.
Then can very precisely map out the topology of the ear.
You can't leave here without going, oh my goodness.
This ink is actually a living ink. It contains living cells. It's alive when we put it into the printer. It's alive when it comes out of the printer. The real power of the printing technique is that it can be used to...
Every department, not every school, every department should have a 3D printer.
You can make parts with holes in them. You can layer and cover and put different cells next to each other to create really the complex organs that make up our bodies. And after 2 months in an incubator, tissue fills in and looks white, just like real cartilage. The implants that we're making are not rubber or plastic. They are alive. They grow inside the body and out. And this has a whole host of advantages over conventional technology. The body accepts these materials like it's part of the body because it is. Our long-term goals are to change the way that clinicians practice, to give them the next generation of implants that will be more successful, more like real tissue that will last in the body for decades.
Okay, reflection. Wow, oh my gosh. I have 6 minutes, and that's just the spattering of innovation. What happened to Google Glasses? We messed up. Google allowed consumers to test out technology. Oh my gosh, if it doesn't work right away, then guess what? We don't want it. You're talking about an amazing piece of technology sitting over, not on, over your eyes. Look what it can do. Beyond, let me just go back. We worked with the fire department. Look at Google Glass. You're talking about a computer over your eye.
This is firefighter Patrick Jackson, glassware developer.
Oh, they're coming back under another name.
He wants to give firefighters hands-free
Look at there.
access to the information they need when they need it.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to share with you, if you know anyone who's diabetic, soon, very soon, you will have contact lenses that will read your blood sugar level versus them having to prick that finger throughout the day. And we have your augmented, and I'm getting ready to wrap up because help me with this, Snapchat. Can't even find these, $130. And you wear them if you can get them out. Because I don't Snapchat, I don't even look. I'm like, why? I don't know why. So as I try to get these out, just know $130, you can't find them. What will they do? They'll look at you, wink an eye or whatever, and then you up on the internet. Forever and ever, amen. So again, students are using these, and we look at impossibility. Here's my data coming in from virtual reality.
My name is Will, and I work on something.
And let me share something with mixed reality as I get ready to conclude. What if you could travel back in time? Do you think students would learn more if we immerse them back into that environment? I just love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have technology coming of mixed reality, and every department, every program needs to look at the possibilities. We have the technology of bringing our students into an environment where they learn all. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the HoloLens.
Look around. Technology is all around us. We use it in every aspect of our lives. It enables us to do amazing.
I do not have stock in Microsoft. I'm an educator.
Further.
We check out all tools.
Beyond the screen.
Look at this technology.
Where your digital world is blended with your real world. Now we can. This is the world with holograms.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're just at the beginning of using holograms. Look at training.
New ways to visualize our work.
I have an idea for the fuel tank.
New ways to share ideas with each other.
How are things going your end?
I just put the images in OneDrive.
Perfect.
You all should be going, oh my goodness. And again, from what you're watching here, double what you're seeing in terms of the possibility.
So put the new trap in the place of the old one.
Now what?
And tighten here and here.
New ways.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, your HoloLens.
Let's take a closer look.
And new ways to create the thing.
So in conclusion, due to time, it's 11:35 and I'm going to take a few questions. I just want to share with you the end of my slides. We have data coming in. We have smart clothes. I have on smart clothes. You didn't even know it. And it's with nanotechnology. Google is teaming up with Levi to have smart clothes.
By rubbing your jeans. I'm Bridget Carey. This is your CNET update.
Not only that, there's my smart dating bra. And again, We have
Kids love a good bedtime story. And
Smart PJs.
Choose a story from their PJs. Capture the code, and that's it. It's simple, and it's fun for everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, you take your phone, hold it over the PJs, and the PJs will sing lullabies to the baby. And it'll read stories to the baby.
Let's share a story.
I want some smart teaching clothes. I want to be able to walk out there, they look at me, let some math problems jump out at them. Let a little history on the back. I'm pleased to share with you, you can do that. What I have on when we go to lunch, some of you can come, that app you downloaded, you can put on here and you'll see something happening on my teaching clothes. I'm concluding with this. As I speed you through, I have smart shoes for the blind. I have smart socks. Yes. I have smart fishing. If you don't have time to fish, you don't have to worry about it. Keep that phone out. And then all you have to do is go over here and then put this on your rod and reel. It'll call your phone up and let you know if a fish is around. I have all of this stuff for every discipline. Where's my ag people? I don't have to plan anymore. I have Smart Plan. Put it in. It'll call my phone, let me know. And I also have a smart bed over here. With a smart bed, it'll let you know when you're sleeping, how you're sleeping, and who you're sleeping with. I also have my 9550 sensor basketball. Don't need to play basketball. Ball will tell me, ball will talk to me. Instant data coming. And yes, they're testing this out. The ball will let you know if you don't need to play basketball. And I also have a smart net. I have a smart baseball. And yes, I have a smart egg carton. Some of you sitting there worried, how many eggs do I have left? Well, if you had a smart egg carton, you wouldn't have to worry because it'll call your phone and let you know. So, some of you are worried about, oh my gosh, you know, I might be gaining weight. Don't worry about that. Why? Because I have a smart belt. For $100, the belt will let you know if you're gaining weight because what will it do? Loosen up. So, I can't make this stuff up. And just so we end on a good note, I have 2 slides left and that's it. You're going to lunch. Some of you are going to eat too quickly. Don't worry about it. I have Smart Fork. What will Smart Fork do? For $99, it'll let you know if you're eating too quickly. One more time. $99. If you're eating too quickly, it'll let you know. I'll tap you and say, slow it down. However, my point to all of this, we take this emerging technology and we go, what if we can take that technology, enhance it, whereby I can take a smart spoon, dip it into oatmeal, and it'll let me know it's oatmeal and break down the caloric. Are you working with me? It'll let me know how much salt, how much sugar, how much, and it will also let me know if it goes in the mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, because of that technology, here is one smart spoon and utensil that they're using for those with Parkinson's disease. Ladies and gentlemen, we're the university, we're faculty and students, we're the creator. You have to look at this technology differently, and I end on this note. Yeah, there's an ending to this. Now watch everybody go, oh my gosh. So as I flip through, smart refrigerator, smart egg carton, yeah, I got a smart frying pan. It'll call the fire department before I do. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you are going to eat and you want to continue with the odor. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of technology, I have it here. I have your first odors that you can put this device on your phone, and if you want to smell bacon, press that bacon button and wow, you got bacon. Okay, I don't know why, okay? All I'm here to say, you can smell and now you can eat your phone. I don't know why. Maybe you didn't like the conversation, but you can now eat your phone, and I blame all of you for this. We're gonna have Wi-Fi toilets coming in, and Wi-Fi toilet paper, and 3D homes. My luggage is smart. And then I have to share this with you because there's some fake things out here.
I'm going to show you a new Android application that's been developed through our translation technology. Our new app, Google Translate for Animals, translates animal speech into human vernacular. The handset records the animal sounds and then transmits them to our server, where the speech recognition and translation engines analyze the neurobiological acoustics. The voice recognition software then checks itself against the millions of sounds in our animal linguistic database and produces a translation in plain English. Let's see how Google Translate for Animals works. I activate the Translate app. As you can see, there's a large range of animals to choose from. I choose pig. Then I make a recording. See here, it transcribes it, but if I push the speaker button, we can actually hear what Bella said.
New person. Smells good.
That's amazing. Let's find out what's on Donna's mind.
Love you.
Stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here, and I leave you with this. There's a time, a place to use technology. It's a tool. It will not replace us.
Emma.
Huh?
Emma. 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 Emma.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. Where's Ben? Ben, I thank you for having me here. My friend, who I sat in the back and had all of these apps, and you remembered. I thank you as your administrator, top administrator. And then I'm looking for the lady who wanted the fan. Did she leave? She wanted a fan? Are you all working with me? Because it's getting kind of hot up here. Well, if you see her, tell her Robbie had the fan going, and all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just fan yourself off. Thank you all, and I will turn it back over to you. And I thank my special guest.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Robbie Melton. Let's give her another round of applause. That was a fantastic presentation. And do you want to take a few moments and just kind of answer any questions that anybody might have? Okay. So anybody's got any questions, go ahead and raise your hand. We've got the catch box, and we'll toss it over to you so you can ask the question and hopefully get some more insight into kind of all this technology we've got
What kind of ball are you throwing?
It's called a catch box.
I got some better than that. Here's a new computer. And you're supposed to throw it. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Well, you can have the catch box, and just in case, I got my own little catch box. All right, where's those questions? Let's go. Here we go.
I think they're, we got a question up in the balcony here.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, life is good.
All right. I love all of the gadgets that you were showing us. I would probably find a way to use every single one of them. I guess, but my question isn't so much related to the technology itself, but to the overexposure of the technology in terms of health, especially as it relates to children and our younger people. The more gadgets, the more technology that we have in the classrooms. Are companies taking any steps to protect themselves from liability, and what should we be concerned about in terms of exposure and health risks?
Yes, thank you so much. And I did not pay her. I have a concern about virtual reality. I do. Serious concern. I'm from the Twilight Zone generation. And this technology allows one to go and create one's own world. Now it's going to be where you can smell, touch, taste in that virtual world. You can create your own world. I'm concerned about children under a certain age because they don't have abstract reasoning skills, social skills. So if I'm in all of this technology and I'm able to command the world, what happens when I come out? We need psychologists, sociologists, all of those people on this technology because it's here, like you said, and no one's minding the store. I'm concerned we have Wi-Fi toys and people can hack into it. I'm worried about seizures, ADA. A lot of these things will bring on different disabilities. There's a good, there's the bad, and it's like, oh my goodness, why did they even do this? But we got to have educators at the table. And to do that, I got to get them to the point where they say, let me try. And then you determine which tool's best for your discipline. That's why we have all of this stuff. There's some stuff up here like this tattoo. Look at me. I put the tattoo and it was reading everybody's information. So we have to use what's proven, IRBs. We have to look at, you know, FDA and all of that because these things are out here and we find flaw. Look at this right here. This is for children so that if they fall in a pool, it'll call your phone to let you know they're drowning. Help me with that. You see, this is called common sense. You should not leave a child in the pool alone and you someplace and it's going to call your phone. No. So again, you can see on one hand, yeah, I'm amazed. On the other hand, I'm like, oh my gosh, you got me really messed up. So I'm sorry, but that was a long answer. All right, where's that next question? Oh yes, thank you.
Hi, I'm Alethea from Microsoft, and I was curious, for a lot of people, I think the reason they don't get to try new technology is due to the cost, like, you know, expensive. So what's a good way for people to try some of these gadgets that you've mentioned? Like, are there any resources or ways for them to experience it or see it without having to shell out a lot of money?
Yep. I'm a special ed teacher. I know how to beg. I can beg. And not only that, on the serious side, we started partnering with each other. Where Drexel University was able to get 5 HoloLenses, we invited them and their HoloLenses to present to Tennessee. Like I'm here now. Next time, if you ever have Robbie, you build in some time so your faculty members can try this. Number 3. When I have companies and developers to come to me and say, Robbie, guess what? I have something new. I always say, you know, it might work in Tennessee because we drink Jack Daniels. But it might not work in California because they have Merlot wine. So you might want to bring some extra samples so that we can test and duplicate and see if we get consistent data. Are you all working with me? I gave a young person a pair of Google Cardboards, generation number 2 or 3, because sometimes I'm able to share. On behalf of Robbie, when I see something that will improve teaching and learning, like iTribe, I beg them, please let me have it, because I never know in an audience if I need or see someone who can use that. So a lot of things I have, it's not the Tennessee Board of Regents, it's a Robbie Melton, because my love is special education. And if I have like a Braille keyboard for the iPad, I'm going to give it out. No more than I would do when I was in the classroom and we used to pay for milk money and all that. So that's my answer. It's called share, collaborate. All right, last question, because you want to eat, so I can see how fast you're eating. You don't have any questions? Look at me. Well, I'll end on this note. I have questions for myself. All right?
I've got a question for you. Maybe,
okay.
Maybe you can hopefully answer this.
Yes.
But how do you find out about all this new technology? Like, I'm sure some of these vendors have worked with you over the past, but you know, a lot of these look like startups or brand new things. How do you learn about this so that you can consider bringing it into a classroom environment or any kind of environment?
Well, it goes back to the previous question. Tennessee doesn't have money. So I just start calling up the company and say, hey, I'm an educator, hello, and do you need anyone to test this app, this device, or whatever? Or, okay, work with me, watch the faces. I wanted to go and test out like the iPad. That's right there, the iPad 1. I went to the pawn shop because people turn in their old technology to the pawn shop. I go to yard sale, and on behalf of Tennessee Board of Regents, we have to hack things. Why? Because the students come in, hacked devices. So you don't even know what hacking means. They come in with them devices able to do things that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I have right there an iPad 1 that I can project from. Okay, one more time. Remember the iPad 1? Remember they said you couldn't project? Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, we found a way. That didn't thrill you all? It thrilled us. And on that note, so people started sending me things. That's how I got this. Ladies and gentlemen, as you eat, I have this. You see this look like a comic book. This will change the way our textbooks will come to us. This young man developed a piece of technology that will make this book blow your mind. Audio, visual, yes. So, in other words, they know Tech Robbie. And they know if it's good, we're going to test it. And they know if it's bad, they're in trouble. Okay, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's give her one more round of applause.
Thank you.
With that said, we're going to break for lunch. It's going to be available out here on the patio. And we're going to reconvene. 12:10 is when we're going to start the raffle. So if you have not gotten all of your stamps, take a moment and go around and chat with the booths and finish up those stamps. The box, I believe, is in the back. And then 12:10 we'll do the raffle, and then we'll have our next presentation at 12:15.
All right, alert, alert, everybody freeze. Everyone freeze. Trust me on this one. Incoming here, I just received a new headset for virtual reality, the Impact. You do not have to use a phone. Okay, one more time. You do not have to use a phone. Okay, go eat.